family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at betsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Travel on, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down a garden gate. There's not much time left today.
Hey, good morning. Look at that. That's what our audience sees. See? That's pretty good. So we have a nice little table in the front. Welcome to Superintendent Spotlight. We've been off for the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks with no show. But I do feel like I've been on the radio enough. Tuesday I got to do Making the List. And it's a fun game show that Ken Stomsky runs, originally from Bob Plass, of course, right? So there's a topic, everybody picks a song, and then you have to, then we rate each other on the songs that we pick. So this week I lost by half a point for iconic love songs. Breakup songs. That's what it was. The reason I got confused in my head there is because every song, so we also play a game where we have 4 songs to play, and each of them come from the same year. So you have to try to guess the year. And it doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong, because everybody's a winner here on a Superintendent Spotlight. It's the points don't matter, right? Everybody wins.
Wait a minute. I don't know about that. Okay, everyone wins.
Everybody wins. The points don't matter. That's from Drew Carey on Whose Line Is It Anyway? I don't know if you remember that.
That's right, I do.
So, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because every song today has the word love in it because we love Kathy O'Donnell. So, there you go. So, our guest today, wasn't that a nice segue, right? Opposite of the
He's done
breakup.
this once or twice.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, it's the exact opposite of our breakup song. So, while I have you, what do you when you think of a breakup song, what's the first song that comes to your mind? I'm just curious if anyone picks the one that I picked.
Oh, breaking up is hard to do. 50 ways to leave your lover.
That was one that I had.
But no one picked either of
Nobody
those two
picked that one, yeah.
songs. That would have been 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon would have been really good.
You know that
Yeah.
one, right?
I agree.
No breakup songs, nothing?
It's 50 ways
50.
to leave you alone.
So I picked It's Too Late by Carole King. And if you ever think of the lyrics in that, it's pretty harsh, right?
It is. That
The
is-
winner was I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. which-
Okay.
And I did Respectable Within Your Eyes because I thought that was the forced breakup song, and then they, I prefer Optimism.
Yes, there you go.
And he gets the girl after playing the song under their window.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's a
okay.
good.
It's a good tune. I know they ridiculed me over it, but that's okay.
You didn't finish
That's
last.
part of the game. I know. I didn't.
Bob Plass
Bob
finished
did-
last with "Enough Is Enough," but that's not really the name of the song. Barbara Streisand and Donna Summer.
Right.
What the heck is the name of that song again?
I'd have to look it
Main
up.
event?
No.
No, that's a different song.
I scored it low just because Barbara Streisand makes my ears bleed when I listen to her. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry to all the Barbara Streisand fans out there, the 3 or 4 that are still left.
People
but
love people. That's her song. I like that.
people
anyway.
love yes, that is
People-
true. That is true.
Right? Okay.
Eh.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So listen, we also have to my right, which I think on the screen is still your right. I don't know, but we also have Erica Mascadrelli, and of course we have a guest host. She's brand new to the district and to guest hosting, Christine Shea. She is our Director of Assessment and Accountability. She took over for Denise Rosala, who retired on June 30th, the end of last year. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you.
You're not a rookie to the show because you were on our first show.
I was. I've already had one experience. So
You
it's
have.
nice to be here and back. And I figured, Christine
Close
kind
enough.
of fits, right, in
Sa-
this seat. So thank you for
So
having
today
me.
it's Superintendent Spotlight with Zap and Christine. There you go.
Yay.
So we want to talk about Abner Gibbs today. Yeah. It's our great school. We love Abner Gibbs. Kathy told me she was retiring last year, and then we talked her back into coming one more year. So you did Abner, and then you started there this year. Kathy, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of you've been in the district a long time, and we're going to miss you terribly. I think the students, the staff are going to miss you. So let people know a little bit about what you've been up to while you've been in the district.
Well, it's been 24 years.
24 years. So you've been in the district almost as long as I've been in education at 27.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So I've been 24 years. I started out as a reading teacher.
Okay.
I actually, I was half day Southampton Road, half day Highland, and I had to go back and forth for
Forth.
2 years, half day at either school. So I was traveling during the day.
During the day.
Yeah. So I started that, and then I was a reading teacher for many years for Title I. And if anybody ever was a teacher for Title I, you know that you are put at a different school almost every other year.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of moving. You pack up, you take everything home with you, and then you wait and you find out the week before school starts that what school you're going to be at, and you get there and you unpack again. So the really great thing about administration is I was able to be under 7 different administrators as principals. So I was able to learn from all of them a little bit of, I took what I liked and what I didn't like.
We all do, right?
And, right, and I synthesized that, and I will say that I was very, very fortunate to see so many of those administrators that it helped me a lot along the way. Yeah.
So when did you enter the administrative area?
I entered that as a assistant principal at Southampton Road School.
Okay.
And I was an assistant. It's interesting because the first year as an assistant principal, I was not hired full-time because I started in September when someone retired.
Right.
And then I was acting assistant principal.
Right.
So, and then the next year I was assistant principal, and then the year after that, somebody left principal in October. So each time it was
You fell into place.
I
sort
fell
of.
into place.
Right.
Right. So, and I know this is kind of crazy, but I've never had an interview.
Wow.
In all of my time, I've never had an interview. I
Wow.
just fell into place. Yes.
So you were the principal at Southampton Road for how long?
7 years.
7 years, and then you did Abner last year.
Abner.
Okay.
Yep. So
And Tuesday is your last day.
Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. I know it sounds odd, but my birthday's the 10th, and that's a non-school day.
Columbus.
So
yeah.
if I didn't go until Tuesday, my last day would be the 7th, and I'd be missing my age, which I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask that. I would never ask that. And taking over for you is the person to my right, Erica Mascadrelli. Erica, how long have you been in education?
I have been in education for 22 years.
22 years. Ah, somebody I've been in education longer than. How long have you been in education?
Over 30.
Oh my
Let's-
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're the youngin'. Yeah. There you go. So, is Pete? Is her mic on? Pete.
Yeah, the mic's on.
Okay. All right.
I can hear.
All right. I'll ask another question. See. Okay. So, what did you start off as?
I was
There we go.
a middle school math teacher,
Okay.
7th and 8th grade. I did both grades for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then I moved to 8th grade. And then I was a math coach for the district,
Right.
a data coach
Right.
for the district, and then a technology coach for the district.
And
And then most recently, I was the coordinator of instructional technology.
Okay. And now you will be the.
I am a
Yes,
principal,
you are officially.
October 3rd.
October 3rd is your
Wow.
first day.
principal at Abner.
Are you excited?
I'm thrilled.
So for this now for both of you, because you're both relatively new to Abner. You're at Southampton Road, and I know you both had experiences with Abner over the years. But how is it to be principal there? We'll start with Kathy, and then we'll go to Erica. How would
Big
you
difference.
describe it? Big difference.
Big difference. Yeah, you go from a big school to a smaller school.
Right.
There's a smaller staff. There are the classrooms are much smaller. The building has
Physical space.
physical
Right.
space. The
Yes.
building has very wide hallways. So during the pandemic, very tricky. When people had to be 6 feet apart.
Well, you couldn't do it.
No, it was very very tricky at Abner Gibbs, but at both schools, I'm going to tell you, they all are Type A teachers. They really do. They really care. It's a great little community. The thing about Abner Gibbs is most kids walk to school.
Right.
We only have one bus. And then we do have a Boys and Girls Club bus.
Right.
But of that one bus, we only have 12 to 16 kids on it. So everybody walks to school. And it's a big, big community that you can tell as soon as you walk in the building. It's that atmosphere. It's a family atmosphere. And everybody, all the teachers, they really, really care about Abner and about those kids.
And about the kids.
Yep.
Would you say?
Oh, the community feeling in that building is just it's you feel it the moment you walk in the door.
I have to agree.
It,
In the last 7 years, that's what I've seen. It's terrific. But
and everybody knows everybody.
Right.
Every student knows every teacher knows every child by name. You know the parents being outside in the
Right.
morning and afternoons, drop off and pick up. It's just such a community feeling. I love it.
yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I mean, you've been to Abner. What do you think?
I definitely agree. But, I've walked into all the schools now, and I have to say, I have felt welcome and feel that community feeling. But I know Abner, because of its size and being so community-based, it has that special thing going on. So
I mean, and the sadness to this, of course, is,
I know.
and there is a sad piece. But I mean, Abner Gibbs is closing eventually, right? And so the projection would be that for the fall of 2024, Abner and Franklin would be combined into the new elementary school. How is the staff feeling about that? Mixed? I'd be mixed.
I think there's some mixed feelings. They love. There's something about that building, and there's just a love for that building.
Yeah.
Although they understand really small rooms, really
Yeah.
tight quarters, and they see
Not handicap accessible.
Right.
I mean, lots of things because it was built, 1914, correct?
Yes, in the heating system,
Is,
once we have to put heat on, they realize, oh yeah, this is very inadequate.
yeah.
So
Well, you're either sweating.
yeah, you're either sweating with all your windows open,
Yep.
or you're freezing.
Right.
I had people earlier this week coming in with heated jackets. Because
And
it's
now
so
today
cold.
they
And
will
now
be.
they're-
They wish
Windows
they had
open. Their
shorts
windows
on.
are
Yes.
open.
Because it's gonna be 75 today, folks.
Yes.
By the
Yes.
way, and it's looking that
It's
absolutely
beautiful.
beautiful.
Wait a minute, heated jackets, huh?
Yes.
Wow, that's a
They
new
make
one.
those?
Yes,
I
yes,
know.
yes,
Haven't
they
heard
do.
of those.
They're battery operated.
Oh.
All right.
Really?
I'm going to get that for our office.
Somebody likes it cold all the time. I don't know who that would be, but
I have no idea, but yeah.
you know, and that's one of the things. I mean, and again, we talked about the handicap accessibility. We talked about, the bathrooms, although I hope someone claims those saloon doors.
I was just going
Yes.
to ask
Someone's
that.
got to claim
The
those.
boys' room saloon door.
Yeah,
like a
those
raffle or
It is. There has to be something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like you get a brick from the building and things when they tear
Yeah,
it
who
down.
gets the
that's what's
doors?
happening.
We have one teacher who has been saving bits of history of Abner Gibbs. And
That's
she's
terrific.
been taking it to her home to make sure that it's safe,
Right.
so that when the two schools come together, that there will be.
piece of
We're hoping there'll be a showcase of Franklin
Yeah.
and a showcase of Abner.
That's our intent at
nice.
Yes.
this point, just from being on the building.
So that's why
committee.
she's keeping
Excellent.
certain things.
It's a great idea.
It sure
But
is.
before we get off this topic, I just wanted to mention that actually you gave Erica and us a gift.
I did.
Yes, and the gift was time. First day of school, Erica was able to move into the administration office. And so she was able to meet the whole community and be there for a few weeks. And we gradually moved things over so that she was sitting in my seat at the desk, and I was
And now you're over in the corner?
and I was on the corner of the desk for a little while. And this week I moved away from the desk and I'm on the other side of the room. So it's been a gradual release and it's been awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, and interestingly enough, today is National Coaches Day. I just want to point that out to you as formerly a coach, right?
Yeah.
And I think Kathy could be considered a coach,
Absolutely.
right, for you. It's October 6th. National Coaches Day honors the men and women who inspire us to work harder and do our best. Historically speaking, 1972, President Richard Nixon issued Proclamation 4157. I know he's not liked for a lot of reasons, but he did name
This was a good
national-
one.
This is a good
This
one.
was good.
Naming October 6th as National Coaches Day. He encouraged activities and ceremonies honoring coaches for the friends and counselors that they become. Look at that. All right.
That's beautiful.
It really is. Pete, take us away for our first song. And I know I have the person wrong who sings it.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends left to talk to. Nowhere's around when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Stay alive but keep it undercover. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense. It's been a while since we were all alone. You can have the way I'm feeling. As you leave me, please won't you close the door? And don't forget what I told you. Just 'cause you're under don't mean I'm wrong. Another shoulder to cry upon. I just wanna use your love tonight. Yeah, I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Yeah, I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight.
dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardie siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
All right, welcome back to the Superintendent Spotlight. I got it right.
You did. Nice job.
Oh, thanks, Stefan, for letting me do that.
Anytime. Careful what you wish for.
Oh, boy. So I have a couple announcements. We have some exciting events coming up. So in order of date, the Westfield High School Choir is presenting a crazy little thing called Queen. It's the 19th annual Fall Fest Pasta Dinner and Show. It's October 13th. And let's see, the dinner starts at 6:30 p.m., and it's $15 a ticket, and it's going to be a really fun time. So we hope to see you there. Any other info I should say about this
Just
one?
if you're interested, you can buy tickets at Westfield High School or at DeGray's Service in Westfield.
Thank you. All right. And another fun event coming up for the Westfield Foundation for Education is Pocketbook Bingo. And I know for one I'll be there because you can win some designer pocketbooks.
Like this.
Woo!
That's a Coach purse, which I didn't know was a big deal until I started doing this.
Yeah.
That is definitely a designer. Yeah.
Listen,
very
they're pretty
nice.
hard. There you go. Nice.
So should I?
Keep going, but they're pretty hardcore about the purses.
Oh yeah. No, I'm going to be there. It will be hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I know someone's calling. It's bingo, right?
Yes.
The doors. Yeah.
I get to call the numbers.
That'll be fun.
Again,
Awesome.
it'll be fun.
Lucky you. So the doors open at 5:30 and bingo starts at 7, and it's Thursday, October 20th. Thanks for the at the Shaker Farms Country Club, 866 Shaker Road. And if you want to buy a ticket, go to the website westfieldfoundation.org, and they're $35 per person. There'll also be baskets there that'll be raffled off. And I personally know.
Well, we've already got Abner's basket.
I know.
Great job, by the way. Nice.
Yeah. And
that event has grown 2 different venues. Because I remember when it was at the Sons of Aaron.
And then it couldn't be there because it was too many people.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. So Shaker Farms Country Club, Thursday, October 20th. Be there.
Fun.
No,
fun.
we will.
Yes.
It's going to be a
We
lot
have a
of fun.
table.
You do.
Yep.
And before we get to the next part of your question, I just want to point out that was the song "Your Love" by The Outfield.
The Outfield.
That's
One
the
hit
name of
wonder.
It was a one-hit wonder.
Had to have been
right.
outfield.
All right. So now I am kicking this over to Kathy or Erica to tell us what's going on. You have any announcements about what's going on at Abner Gibbs?
Yes, our PTO is having an October calendar raffle right now. They've raised, I believe, over $4,000 in the calendar raffle. It's
wow.
great.
That's
They're-
terrific.
Yeah, pulling names every day. And November 11th is our Harvest Dance, Thursday night, 6 to 7:30. Can't wait. They were so excited to have a dance again. We haven't had one in a few years.
Awesome.
Because of that P word.
Yeah. Yep. In January, we're going to have a family game night. And April will be some flocking. Abby the Eagle flocks different houses.
Really?
So that'll be the first 2 weeks of April.
What is Abby the Eagle? Where is Abby the Eagle?
Abby the Eagle is our
Mascot
at Abner Gibbs. Has been for years.
Yeah.
So.
But how are you going to stick it in the ground? What are you going to do?
It's posters. It's yes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, one of the grandfathers made some wonderful wooden ones. They're cherished wooden ones. I last year was the very last person to get flocked, so my house was covered with everything.
Love it.
Everything. But we do it the 2 weeks in April prior to the middle school's flocking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so we try not to bump into them.
Right.
So, because.
But they do flamingos.
Yes, they do. We do Abby the Eagle. Some of them are signs that says you've been flocked, where others are in the shape of the eagle. Actually, the VOTEC helped us out making all these signs.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
yeah, nice job by PTO.
Yeah.
And are you going to the dance even though you're going to be retired?
Probably not, but I am baking for open house night.
Yes.
Open house is October 18th.
Yep.
So those are the events that are coming up.
Yes, and our PTO is meeting on the second Wednesdays at 6:30. They can be both in person and
Oh, you're doing
virtual.
both?
We're going to do both. We're going to do a combo.
How's the size of your PTO? Pretty good?
It has been quite small in the past, but I believe that has to do with the fact that they were meeting at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
They hoped that meeting at 3:30 in the afternoon would get more teachers to come, but by 3:30 in the afternoon, they're pretty much
They're tired.
spent. They're tired, or they're thinking about the next day, preparing for the next day. So we think that the 6:30 time will help.
Great.
You know what
More-
else I
Great.
think will help is the virtual, or because you
Yes.
give people options, they
Yes. Right.
seem to like that.
Yeah, and by that time, parents have been able to feed the children and then
Yep.
can put it on while they're cooking.
Right.
It doesn't matter. But by that time, teachers also have had time to decompress the day, maybe eat dinner with their family, and then they can attend.
Yeah. A little downtime in between is pretty good.
Yes, it is, always.
The other thing is, too, is some parents are still working at 3:30, so you
True.
might have that part as
True.
well. So the nighttime is good.
So we're hoping to expand.
Okay.
Great.
How about, teaching and learning? We know we have a new ELA curriculum, right? How is that happening at Abner in compared to where it has been? And what I guess I'm thinking is, we're going back to that P word, but there's been a lot of transition and a lot of learning loss that they call it, right? So what's new in that arena in terms of what's going on at Abner Gibbs? Because I know, again, scores just came out and all of that. And I don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but is there a change in how we're doing things, I guess?
One of the things that I'm noticing the most is during the pandemic, paper and pencil got left behind because everything was Chromebook.
Right, technology.
Correct. So when it came to writing, it was very difficult for the students. So with this program into reading, it comes with a writing book. It's a consumable that the kids write
Right.
in, and it has story starters or so that it's much easier for them, and it has fewer lines than a blank piece of paper for them to fill in. So it's making it easier for the children and for the teachers to get them back into the paper and pencil.
And that's an interesting, people talk about kids don't know how to handwrite anymore, and I know we do teach it, but
We do.
doesn't mean everybody uses it. By the
Handwriting
way.
without tears
Right.
at the elementary level.
And people say, they don't teach that anymore. But with everything being technology, I guess that's one of the negatives you really don't think about
Right.
because people forget how to actually write with like you said.
Yes, we teach printing in the lower grades and then move up to cursive writing. So we are teaching children how to sign their names for a check,
Yes.
possibly in the future.
Which on everything's now like direct deposit too. So
Yes.
you wonder, just the technological changes, but at the same time, you see some of those skill sets disappearing a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had to show my son how to sign his name because they didn't do cursive in his school. So, yeah, he's...
They didn't?
No, he can print.
Just another shout out for Westfield, by the way. Just saying that
Exactly.
we're still teaching that, right?
Yeah, it's important. Yeah. And one thing I'm glad to hear about the writing because, part of my job is assessment.
Yes.
And statewide, they're finding that writing scores in the MCAS are down. So...
But it
I
also
think
makes
that-
sense, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. So I think, what you're seeing this year with more writing and all of it makes sense. So we'll bring in writing back. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else you
And
noticed?
you know what? We're in a unique position where many of our teachers did pilot the writing program last year. So although it is new to the district, it is not brand new to all of the teachers at Abner Gibbs.
And I think it's really important that you said that. And next week, actually, our guest is Susan Dargy and the curriculum folks. So, but one of the things, we don't just pick a curriculum out of the air and say, here, do this. It's vetted through the teachers, right?
Yes.
And so they do get to try different programming, different things, and see which one that we like best. And we picked this one through, I guess, we vetted it through actual use. What else can you say? We used it.
Yes.
There was use and ratings too.
You rated it, right?
The programs, yes.
And just a quick story. When I was visiting, and it might have been Abner Gibbs, I asked a student because she was writing in the book, and I said, "Oh, how do you like it?" She says, "Well, I like it, but I helped pick it because I piloted it last year." So.
Whoa, there you go.
Yeah.
See?
Right. That was
We
Abner
even-
Gibbs, wasn't it?
I believe so,
Exactly.
We even do that with our kids.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take another quick break, and we have another song here.
Okay.
So, Pete, you ready? Take us away.
Tonight it's very clear as we're both lying here. There's so many things I wanna say. I will always love you. I would never leave you alone. Sometimes I just forget, say things I might regret. It breaks my heart to see you crying. I don't wanna lose you. I could never make it alone. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're dreaming of. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. You keep me standing tall. You help me through it all. I'm always strong when you're beside me. I have always needed you. I could never make it alone. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you've been dreaming of. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. It's like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago. Just in time, I will save the day. Take you to my castle far away. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero that you're dreaming of. We're gonna live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. We did it all for love. We did it all for love. We did it all for love.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at betsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
And welcome back to Superintendent Spotlight. Another announcement here. So on October 12th, February 8th, and May 10th, we have a new CPAC or presentation for our CPAC parents. Actually, it's for anybody for special education. A 3-part series. The speaker will be Sherry Elander. She's our transition specialist in the district. It will be held at Westfield Middle School in the library from 6 to 7:30. And October 12th, again, this is what it means for students on IEPs and 504s if you're transitioning at 14 and beyond. Okay? The first one, October 12th, is Transition in Community. The second one is February 8th, Transition in Education. And the third one is Transition in Employment on May 10th. And we'll be posting these on our website and our Facebook pages for people to have more information. But I wanted to put that out there. The other thing I want to point out is the song was The Glory of Love by Peter Cetera. And did anyone figure out what movie it came from?
Yes.
The remake of, or not the remake, the second
Karate Kid. Right. Peter Cetera used to be in the group Chicago, just so you know.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
And he left Chicago and he did a solo career. Pete, did you know that too?
Yes, I did.
There you go.
By the way, since Tiger's Pride is closed, North Elm Butcher Block just posted a tasty photo. Chicken pot pies, barbecue pot pies, mac bowls, brisket or pulled pork sandwiches, burnt ends, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and lobster bisque for lunch in the truck outside of North Elm Butcher Block.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, man, I may have to go.
Their burnt ends are very good.
Yes, they
delicious.
are.
Oh, yeah?
Right?
Barbecue pot pie sounds good, though.
Yeah, that
does. That's a lot of good food right there. Tiger's Pride is open next week, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, every other week until the 1 days are over, and then they will be open every week.
Right.
Back to Coaches Day, just because, right? Coaches represent leadership, mentors, and inspiration, right? What's interesting when you think about coaching, and think about this as teachers too, you rarely know, do you think this is true? You rarely know the impact you've had until many years later. Do you think there's some truth to that? You ever had someone come up to you afterwards and go, I remember you from this? And it's really, that's one of the things that makes this job probably, it's a good feeling.
Like it.
I have had the pleasure of meeting many of my former students since I've been back at Abner Gibbs. They're parents of our current students, and it's so nice to make those connections with the kids again.
Although the thought of you having...
Well, we're not going to go there.
Okay.
It's the relationship.
It's the relationship.
It's the relationship.
But the thought of it just makes me feel old, and that's happened to me, and I've run into students at various places, and it's just like, wow, that was 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
My gosh. So, and athletes are not the only people that benefit from coaches, right? In an academic setting, coaches lead individuals and teams in different, chess, drama, but also in teaching and learning, any types of competition. It's just some good things. So if you want to observe National Coaches Day today, # National Coaches Day, celebrate a coach who inspired you. Share a memory with your coach, no matter how many years have passed, and contact coaches who impacted your life to thank them. And I think that's it made me think about people that I've had as coaches. And, and I think obviously most recently becoming a superintendent. And I did learn from previous superintendents about what to do and what not to do in some instances. And then, but I will tell you 2 people that probably impacted me the most. One, Christine, you may know him, is Ken Rock.
Yes, I do know Ken.
Ken was a retired superintendent who worked for, at the time, was called DSAC, but now they're SSOS. And then my coach, Kevin Courtney, who I know you met at our leadership team meetings, too, another retired superintendent. So really, think about, it really should be Coach Appreciation Day, I feel like.
Right.
And we should all be approaching. Anyone have a coach they want to shout out while we have the opportunity?
I would like to say, of all the principals that I was under, Maggie Adams.
Oh, yes.
She
Maggie
was
terrific.
Yeah, she was a former principal of Abner Gibbs.
She was.
And I was there for one glorious year as a Title I teacher. And I will say I learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yes.
Erica, do you have anyone you?
I would say, obviously, Kathy has been a fabulous mentor. The last 6 weeks has been. I don't know how I could have stepped into this
position
without her. But the other one would definitely be Susan Dargy.
Yes.
She has been a huge coach.
Susan, I hope you're
for
listening.
me.
Susan's a rock for Westfield
Yes.
Public Schools.
She absolutely
She's
is.
a rock.
Susan is awesome. Yeah, and I was just thinking back to when I was assistant principal, and the principal at the time I was in Chicago, Rafael Guajardo.
Okay.
He really encouraged me to stay in administration. He's like, "Yeah, I think you got this." And then when I was first a principal, I was in a very small school, New Salem, Wendell, Massachusetts, and Len Lubinsky was the superintendent. And I've kept in touch with him since because he really was a great coach.
And you think about those people, and I have happy thoughts going through my head.
Absolutely.
Pete, you have a coach or anyone you want to shout out while we're doing National Coaches Day? Yep.
I don't know. My coaches I didn't play for directly, but Billy Wise in Cathedral when I played there for a couple of years. But then he kind of became a mentor because I became the video and film guy.
Right.
And he became a mentor for years, even after I was out of high school. So, yeah.
We all have people that have influenced us positively, okay? So we're going to play a quick little game right now, and I realize that you may not appreciate National Football League, but we're going with that. I'm going to give you the name of a coach.
Okay.
And here are the choices. The Patriots, which I know Kathy likes the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the Patriots?
Belichick.
I do
Bill
like the
Belichick.
Patriots,
Okay.
yes.
The Miami Dolphins, which is my favorite team, and then the New York Giants, which is Chris Rogers' favorite team. And he's not here today, so we're playing in honor of Chris today.
But they are doing well.
They are doing well. They shouldn't be, but they are. Okay, so I'm going to give you the name of the coach, and you give me the team that they played for. And again, everybody's a winner here on Superintendent Spotlight, and the coach and the points don't matter. Mike McDaniel, team.
Giants.
Dolphins.
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 Dolphins is correct. Okay, Tom Coughlin.
Patriots.
Giants.
Giants.
Giants. All right, yeah. Jimmy Johnson.
Patriots.
Cowboys. No.
Yes, but not one of our
Yes.
choices.
Yes. I know.
He went someplace else after.
Miami.
Miami is correct, yes. Bill Belichick.
New England.
Patriots.
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
New York Jets for a day too, Pete.
Yep.
For a day.
For a day.
Right, I remember that.
Dan Reeves. Yes, Broncos, but that's not one of the options.
Oh.
Where did he go after the Broncos?
Oh, I know. He went to the the Commanders or whatever they are.
Patriots, Giants, or Dolphins are our choices.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I think he.
I said Miami too.
Giants.
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 Pete Carroll.
Patriots.
Patriots.
I remember
Patriots.
Pete. He was college.
Patriots,
He
yeah.
was college too, right?
Yeah, now he's on the Seahawks though.
Right.
All right, Don Shula.
Florida.
Yeah, just
Dolphins.
Miami.
Miami.
Miami. Yep. Raymond Berry. Come on.
Patriots.
Raymond Berry.
Patriots. Remember '85? They were bury the Bears, right? And then that didn't happen.
Didn't-
but
yeah, that didn't happen
they
so
got
long.
buried
I
by
No,
the
they got
Bears.
Icky shuffled to death.
They did.
That's-
They did. Remember the
I do. The fridge.
Yeah. Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Giants.
Didn't he do 1 year with the Giants? No,
Nope.
he was Miami.
Dolphins.
Miami. And last but not least, and there's more than one right answer here,
Oh.
Bill Parcells.
Patriots and Giants.
Yes.
And
Yep.
Dallas. Didn't Parcells do a year in Dallas?
No, he was a special advisor.
Oh, okay.
He didn't actually become a manager. So there you go. National Coaches Day. Heard some heartwarming stories about coaches.
I think Miami won out with those coaches.
Yeah.
Not Giants.
No. The Giants shouldn't even be winning now, by the way. They shouldn't be. All right. Anything else we want to talk about with Abner Gibbs before we move on?
I do.
I think you
Okay.
have something, Kathy.
Yes.
Yes. Earlier we were talking about the community
Yes.
sense of feeling at Abner. Well, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but we've had 13 new staff members this year.
Wow.
And they fit right in. They just melded right in because of our long-standing existing staff has just take them under wing. So I just wanted to be able to do some shout-outs. that
Perfect.
We have
We like that.
our new principals, Miss Mascardelli.
Yay.
Our new assistant principal, 1 day a week, is Mrs. Ward from Southampton Road
Southampton
School.
Road. I think you know her.
Brand new 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Miranda. We have a long-term sub in 3rd grade because we have a teacher that had twins this summer, and that's Miss Murray. Miss Carvello music teacher, Mrs. Mello, our K-para, Miss Stebbins, our health and gym teacher, Miss Levesque, our technology teacher, Mrs. Newser, our math interventionist, Miss Riopel, our lit assistant, Miss Holbert, our speech assistant, Mr. Kimball, our custodian, and Alana Sharon, our behaviorist. So that is a lot of new people.
A lot of new people.
To our building.
Not all new to the district, though.
No, but all new to
the
our building, yes.
Several new to the district as well.
Yes.
And
Which
we're
is
seeing
like
that.
That's like 30% of our staff.
It really
Yes.
is. Wow.
Yep.
And still humming along like nothing ever happened.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Sounds like there must be some coaching and mentoring going on.
I love the references.
Exactly.
Coaches
Yeah,
Day.
absolutely.
I love that. I think that's terrific. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You do know how I hate being in the spotlight.
Yeah. You're on the show that's called Superintendent Spotlight.
I know, but it
you
gives me
agreed.
anxiety.
So as we
doing
talked
great.
about earlier, Kathy O'Donnell's retiring.
Oh,
and
my
what is a
goodness.
retirement without, bring it right in front. We want to feature this, without cake.
Whoa.
Wow, thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
Wow, great job.
Turn,
That looks outstanding. How can we show it
turn
without
it around a
dropping it?
little bit.
Oh my gosh,
Look
that
at that.
looks
I made it.
You made it?
Yeah, this morning.
Wow.
Oh,
Look
my
at
gosh.
that. That is
Nice.
terrific.
It is a vanilla cake filled with strawberry compote and fresh strawberries with buttercream.
Ooh,
Whoa,
yummy. Nice
beautiful.
job.
That is
Beautiful.
delicious. Oh, thank you so
Beautiful. You
much.
did a great job.
Did a great
I
job.
appreciate it so much. Give her an A.
That is
Haven't even
amazing.
tasted it yet, but presentation is the best.
And it's terrific.
Yeah, that is
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Oh, and Kathy, while we're at it, I got you a book here, and it's called 101 Fun Things to Do in Retirement.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna
we're
open one up and read it. At
well.
least.
I'm gonna let Kathy. pick
Yeah,
one to
do
read.
like a.
Give us a quick, but that cake, terrific. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give us one of those. We'll go on a break and then let them eat cake.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
so much.
So, of course, the first one I open up to is open mic night. And I don't know if people know this, but I am so tone deaf. It's terrible.
All the more reason to
Yeah.
do it, I think, because you're retired. What do you care what
I
people
might
think
have-
about your
Exactly.
singing
I
skills?
might have to do it
There you
on
go.
vacation in a foreign country.
That's the hey. And don't let anybody record it. Pete, let's play song number 3, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Ooh, song number 3.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
So that last song there for the break was The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston, and we had some interesting conversation on the break that we shall not repeat. But for those of you who know, there was definitely a tragedy there, and
Yep, absolutely.
And very sad. And then her daughter followed suit right
Yes.
after that, and so very sad and trauma story there. And our last song that we're going to go out with is "Why Can't This Be Love" by Van Halen. So we're going to
Chris
take
would
some
like
guesses. Yes. So every song has love in it, and as I professed earlier, it's because we have love for Kathy O'Donnell, who is retiring. Or at least she thinks she is. We'll see. And
there's a foreshadowing if I ever saw one.
Just saying. Kathy, I just want to say that for me, and I've been working with you over 10 years now, and it's been a pleasure. I have always admired your dedication to the staff and the students here in Westfield, your commitment. You're one of the hardest working people I've ever met. And I want you to know that I've always appreciated your straightforwardness, and that's the only way to be. And we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you a lot.
Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. And I know we just got to know each other, but if I ever have a question or need something and I call you, you not only either answer or get back to me within seconds, and you have like really good ideas and thoughts and common sense, and I'm going to miss you as a go-to. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, as I told Erica, just a phone call or a text away.
Yeah,
and I don't mind.
I'm not deleting
Don't say
you.
that.
You're in my
And
phone.
I don't mind.
You're staying in my phone.
All right. We heard that here publicly.
We
so
did.
That,
Right.
you know.
Always a resource. And that's who Kathy is you've been a resource. You've been, I believe at this point, you are our longest serving elementary principal in the district, and you've been a resource for all of our new principals and more, assistant principals and everything else. And it's just really appreciated.
Sad to say, it's not just elementary.
Everything.
It's the longest principal
in the district.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't mean the oldest, just mean the longest.
This is true.
Yeah.
Erica?
Wow.
Anything you want to say
I know.
about?
Kathy has just been so willing to share her expertise, and she just has been phenomenal. And I will not delete your contact in my phone.
No.
And I absolutely will be reaching out, because there's just things that that you don't even know you know.
Right, and there's no sense in recreating things.
No.
Because it's already a procedure. But it's the hardest thing has been able to pull back. Pulling back, and I have been.
Right.
And so.
It's tough, I think, to go from being so into it and now gradually pulling back. But like I said, there's always a spot for you here in Westfield Public Schools. So if you decide to change your mind, or maybe your husband, when my mother retired first, and then my dad retired, and I really thought that first year they might get a divorce because they were all over it. It's just they were spending so much time together. Obviously, they got better, but it's an adjustment.
It is.
And your husband's been retired a few years already, right?
For 2 years, and I told him his vacation's almost
So, all right. What year do you think that song came out? We know it's in the 80s. We know one of the songs was in the Karate Kid Part 2.
I'm going to guess 84.
Okay.
'86.
I think I agree with Kath.
Yeah, me
86.
too. And just to throw another year out there, I'll say 85. But yeah, I was going to say 86.
It is 86.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
I remember between the 70s and the 80s, all of a sudden this disco stuff came in, and then it needed a little bit of time before it left.
Right.
Yep.
It's funny because we were talking about disco on Tuesday's show. So listen, that wraps our show for today. I want to thank Culinary Arts for baking this beautiful cake for Kathy to take back to her school.
Beautiful.
I want to thank Erica for being a guest on our show and for all the work you're going to be doing for us. So thank you very much. And really, I also want to just shout out Erica. She's a wonderful choice for the principal of Abner Gibbs Elementary School. She's a huge asset to our district, but I'm still going to you with any technology questions and issues that
Please.
I have. Okay, good. I'm not letting you off the hook there.
Please.
We have a trusting relationship, and I know you'll lead me in the right direction. I want to thank my guest host, Christine Shea. I think she did a good job for her first guest host.
My pleasure. It was
Absolutely.
fun. Really fun. Anytime.
All right, and that's it. Next week, we have Susan Dargy and her curriculum team, the supervisors. We're going to talk all about curriculum and instruction. But again, today, folks, 75 for a high. This is probably we're going to be one of the last warm days that we're going to see.
Last gasp.
It is. So get outside and enjoy it before it starts to get cold. All right, folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.